Hey Hunter, it's Josh from the Posting Courier. Just what area um, of the team's preparation you think suffered the most just from the 5-day COVID pause?
I think taking that pause really, we had a lot of momentum before the pause. Obviously, we're playing really good basketball, but that pause kind of made us lose our edge a little bit. There was definitely some rust that is to be expected when you have 5 days of no practice or however many it was. So just really got to get back in the gym together and just work out all the little things that made us such a good team before that pause. So.
And what are some of those little things that you want to hone in on?
Definitely just trying to get our edge back, and then just a lot of fundamental things, like as well as mental things, just getting in the film room, reading teams, knowing exactly what to do on the defensive end because we really struggled there tonight. But I mean, it's not an excuse. The pause is absolutely no excuse, but it's a little bit of it is expected to have rest when you have a pause like that.
For sure, yeah. And when you say you kind of felt like you guys lost your edge a little bit, I mean, what did that feel like on the court? How did that manifest?
Well, I mean, I think we came into the game with the right mentality. Really wanted to, try and fight and make all the tough plays, but early on, shots weren't falling. They made some, went on a run. Next thing you look up at the scoreboard and we're down whatever it was, 15. And that's you can't let that affect you. You got to keep playing hard, but in a way, I think it did affect us. It just we kind of built on itself. At the end of the first half, we did go on a 8-0 run, I believe it was, which was gave us a lot of momentum going into halftime, and then coming back out in the second half, they just hit a lot of shots, and that's on us. We got to do better on the defensive end, but it's hard seeing all their shots going.
Hey Hunter, it's Trevor Gross from CUTigers.com. How difficult was it for you just to sit out for over a month with the injury? And what's the process been like for you just getting back into playing shape? And of course, it must also be an adjustment to wear that protective shield on your face.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't fun sitting out. I wanted to be out there with my brothers, but in a way, I think it was good for me. I got a lot of extra work in. Still trying to build up the conditioning that can really only come from playing in games. But I mean, uh, Coach Goins, Coach McIntyre, they really helped me out every day after practice. Just getting some skill work in, trying to build my wind up. And then as far as the mask goes, at first, obviously, yeah, it probably bothered me a little bit, but now I'm so used to it. I've done everything as far as like everything we do in practice. I always wear the mask just to be used to it now. So I don't really think it affects me.
Hey, Hunter, Candace Martino from WBTW in Myrtle Beach. What are those huddles like in the second half when you know the game's kind of out of reach? What does Coach say to you?
Really just keep fighting. I mean, our word is Clemson grit, and grit doesn't come when everything's going easy. Grit doesn't show maybe when you're 9-1, but when you are really getting it handed to you, then that's when you really show grit. We didn't win tonight, but I'm really confident in our guys that we're going to come together and really just keep fighting because that's what we do. That's our word, grit. So ready to get back out there.
Any more questions for Hunter? Alex Dodd, the Clemson Insider. How does it feel just to get back on the court after not being able to play for such a long time due to the injury?
Felt good, man. It's really hard sitting out watching everybody, compete, and it really felt good to be out there competing. Obviously not the result I wanted at all, but it does feel good to be back out there for sure.